The Christians have been asking this question for a long time. I think it's about time we respond to this question. Let's watch this guy and come. To remind you, don't forget to donate on +233 533 499 647. UTI Dawa air born homebody say Omobesi or more own studio. They want to UTI want to build his own platform where we can be inviting ulama and be organizing Dawa programs over there. Inshallah, currently you try blogs, you want to tear, you want cement kakra, you go so fundraising, able to want to cement in the account, ato iron rods, and then buy India. I had the best chassis. Inshallah. Donate through the number was +233 Mama you quote this Christian. Let's go listen to this Christian and then come.
This is the fear of every Muslim, my brothers. This is the fear of every Muslim. Even their prophet is afraid for a Muslim person to ask a question, because he knows that whenever they start asking questions, automatically they will leave Islam. So the prophet himself asked them not to ask questions. Okay, so let's see what the Quran says. Okay, this is what the Quran says, which is Quran chapter 5, verse 101. It says that, "O you who believe, do not ask about things which, if disclosed, will displease you. If you ask about them while the Quran is being revealed, they will be disclosed to you. Allah has pardoned you for it. Allah is most forgiving, forbearing." But look at the 102. It says, people before you ask such questions and then as a result became disbelievers. So automatically they asked questions and they left Islam. So let's see what the Hadith also have to say concerning the same thing that we are.
According to these Christians, they claim that once people ask questions about Islam, people will leave Islam. And they make reference to Quran 5, verse 101 to 102. And he gave the most weakest and wackest interpretation ever. And so he claims that some people have even asked the questions before and they even left Islam, which is absolutely not true. Now, let's look at Quran 5, verse number 101. What is the Quran itself saying? In Quran 5, verse 101, it says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, La tas'alu an ashya'a in tubda lakum tasu'ukum. O you who believe, ask not about things which, if made plain to you, may cause you trouble. Over here, it's never said do not ask a question. No, it never says so. But on the contrary, it is telling you that don't ask things that when Allah revealed to you will become a problem unto yourself. You understand? And it's this ayah also refers to a good conduct that Allah is teaching to his believing servant, whereby Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is forbidding them from asking about useless things. So it is about asking useless things. The ayah is not forbidding Muslims from asking questions. But this Christian, this moron Christian who cannot even understand proper English is saying that, look, Muhammad is afraid of being asked a question because if you ask a question, he will stop Islam. What kind of mentality do Christians have? Do you guys enjoy or rejoice when you lie? Must you always lie to your audience? So Allah Azza wa Jalla forbid the believers from asking about useless things, since if they get answers they sought, they might be troublesome for them and difficult on their ears. Not because they will leave Islam. No, that's not about it. So if they get answers they sought, they might be troublesome for them. The answer might be troublesome for them and difficult on their ears. Bukhari recorded that Anas bin Malik said, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave a speech unlike anything I heard before. In this speech he said, "Law ta'lamuna ma a'lamu, la dhahiktum qalila wa la baqaytum kathira." It says, if but you know what I know, you will laugh a little and cry a lot. The companions of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam covered their faces, and the sound of crying was coming out of their chest. A man asked, "Who is my father?" The prophet said, so and so. This ayah was later revealed. So it is not about don't ask a question or you are afraid to be asking questions, or Muhammad is afraid to be asked a question. Christians must stop deceiving themselves. The Quran has asbabun nuzul, it has hadith interpreting it, and it has its own ashabun nuzul as well. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, La tas'alu an ashiya'a, ask not about things. When you read Muslim, Ahmed, Tirmizi, and Nasai, they recorded this hadith. Ibn Jarir recorded that Qatada said about this statement, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, la tas'alu an ashiya'a in tubda lakum tasu'ukum. Or you believe, ask not about things which if made plain to you may cause you trouble. Anas bin Malik narrated that once the people were questioning the Messenger of Allah until they made him angry. So he ascended the mumbar and said, La tas'aluni al-yawma an shay'in illa bayyantuhu lakum. You will. So there is a perfect explanation to this where it says, La tas'aluni al-yawma an shay'in illa bayyantuhu lakum. You will not ask me about anything today, but I will explain it to you. So it is not about the ayah is saying don't ask him a question. On the contrary, they keep on asking unnecessary questions and useless questions. So the companions of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam feared that it was the commencement of a momentous event, and I looked to the right and left and found only people who covered their faces crying. An argumentative man who was said to be the son of someone other than his true father asked, "Oh Messenger of Allah, who is my father?" The Prophet said, "Your father is Huzaifa." Omar stood up when he saw anger on the Prophet's face and said, "We accept Allah as our Lord, Islam as our religion, and Muhammad as our messenger. Raditum billahi rabba wa bil Islam adina wa bi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam." I seek refuge with Allah from the evil of the fityan or fitan, trial in life and religion. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Lam ara fil khayri wa sharri kal yawm qattu. Suwirat li al jannatu wan naru hatta ra'aytuhuma duna kha'it." I have never witnessed both goodness and evil like I have today. Paradise and fire were shown to me, and I saw them before that war. This hadith was recorded in two Sahihain. From Sa'id al-Bukhari recorded that Ibn Abbas said, some people used to question the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to mock him. One of them would ask, "Who is my father?" While another would ask, "Where is my camel?" When he lost his camel, Allah sent down this ayah, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, la tas'alu an ashya'a in tubda lakum tasu'ukum. Or you will believe, ask not about things which if made plain to you may cause you trouble. So it is not about the Messenger of Allah refusing people to ask him questions, or Allah is afraid of being asked a question. This is the reason for the revelation of the ayah. The Christians must spare us these lies. They must spare us these lies, at least, if not for anything, for dignity of their own family members. And verse 102, where he made the reference, is also very pathetic, where he says, "Qad sa'alaha qawmin min qablikum thumma asbahu biha kafirin." People before you ask about them, but then came to reject them. So he said that they became disbelievers. Let's look at why this verse was revealed and what the verse is actually saying. So before you a community asked such questions, and on that account they became disbelievers. Meaning some people before your time asked such questions. It is not about Muslims at that time. It's about people who lived before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's about people who lived before the days of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam who asked such questions, and when they were given answers, they did not believe in the answers. So they became disbelievers because they failed to believe in the answers. This occurred because these rulings were made plain to them, yet they did not benefit at all from it. For they asked about these things not to gain guidance, but only to mock and defy. So it is about who are those people. For example, the people of Nabiyina Salih, they asked Allah to prove to them by bringing a camel, a pregnant female camel from a mountain. Allah performed such a miracle and they refused to believe. And others like Ad, Samud and others who also did such. So it is not about Allah is afraid of being asked a question. Sometimes learn at least. Don't come out and disgrace yourself. People will mock you, your family and the others. Your friends will even feel ashamed when they begin to know this truth. This doctrine is even being taught in the Bible by Apostle Paul, where he says, but foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender stripes. So don't ask foolish questions. Said the Bible. The Quran has said the same thing, and it's a problem to Christians. Are these Christians who moron like this? Sometimes these are the petty reason why you see us using vulgar words on these Christians. It is not our fault. They ask for it. They ask for it. They just criticize anything without reasoning. They have 1 kilobyte brains. They don't reason before they talk. The hate they have for Islam is exposing them one by one.